Welcome to the Sleazy Podcast, the podcast about anything and everything, but mostly TV and movies. And now it's time to get sleazy.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is episode 140. Welcome back to the world-renowned Sleazy Podcast. I'm your host, Sleazy. Tonight, I'm joined by Mr. PBS.
Howdy.
And he's more like a Frank Ocean song.
Fucker.
The Pitbull, Robzilla.
Hello.
And joining us from the Chicagoland area, he's back this week. Hot Sauce.
I'm here. I got to go back on something here. How's he like a Frank Ocean song?
That's off of a show. I can't remember what show it was from.
Okay.
Well, the only thing I remember from is a TikTok from the throwing guy that you sent.
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah, it was from TikTok.
Yeah.
Throw God said that on TikTok. He was talking about.
Was it?
Oh, it was the 49ers.
The Trey.
Your boy Trey Lance and Jimmy G.
Yeah.
G.
He was like, Trey Lance is more like a Frank Ocean song.
Oh, okay.
And Jimmy G is more like an AC/DC song.
Yeah, he's saying like how he's
Robzilla's more like a Billy Ocean song.
right.
He's a Caribbean queen.
A Caribbean queen. I like that.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. So, yeah, other than that, Rob's like a Frank Ocean song.
Cool.
Nice little love song for everybody. You going to say something?
He's like a Frank Ocean song. I don't know nothing about either one of them.
Oh, okay. Nothing wrong with that, I suppose.
The less you know, the better.
Yeah, no doubt.
Much.
All right. So we got some topics tonight. But first, we're going to try this year's Mountain Dew Voodoo flavor.
Hit the Godsmack song.
Yeah.
hated
you
that
guys
song.
have the sugar-free one. I could only find 2 sugar-frees, and then they had this one. So the regular version. I guess I'm tasked with the sugar.
Yeah.
I'll crack it open.
I think you have to try the regular version. I'll drink a sugar-free one, obviously, but I think you got to try the regular.
To get the full taste of the
Yeah.
sweetness.
Yeah.
Get my bouquet on.
That definitely smells like candy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Even for the zero sugar, it tastes sweet to me.
pretty potent for you.
They're kind of like an apple kind of taste, or
It's like almost like a berry.
Something
Like a berry.
sour.
Something like a berry taste.
yeah,
to
like a sour apple, or maybe something.
Yeah.
It's something sour for sure.
Sour apple sounds good because I thought it had a sour. I thought it was like a fruity, like a strawberry or some kind of a berry, but then it's sour.
Yeah.
It's got that sour end at the end of it, and it's kind of sweet up front for me.
Yeah.
Trying to think of what it smells like, but it's something.
It smells like a Sour Patch Kid.
That's a good
Some
assessment.
sour candy of some sort. What'd you think, Hot Sauce?
Some kind of I thought it was a strawberry at first, but then it's sour. My wife immediately upon the first drink said Sour Patch Kids.
It's funny. I can smell the sour, that sour smell. But when you drink it, you don't get that sour taste till like the aftertaste kicks in.
You get the sweet right in the beginning, and then you get the sour at the end.
Yeah.
pretty good though.
Yeah.
I like it.
Well, the thing with these Mountain Dews is that, like, I like trying them, but like, I never buy a 12-pack anything unless it's like a regular Mountain Dew Zero, like or Coke.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I
like all these
just
special
buy,
flavors I won't buy.
I get like the Coke Zero anymore. And
I
that's
like
kind of like my afternoon thing.
Well, Coke Zero, Dr. Pepper Zero,
As
Vodka Zero.
Mr. PBS can attest, when I used to work in the stores with him, I was grumpy until I had that Diet Coke, and
He'd have his little lunchtime snack, and he'd get a little thing of cookies or something, and his Diet Coke.
I was like, those Taylor Swift commercials.
If you dared to come in and mess with him while he was taking his 10 minutes to refresh himself,
Yeah. I tell you, in the words of Laszlo, get fucked.
You get fucked.
like, hey Eric, can you get the fuck out of here?
Yeah.
Get fucked.
Come back
Sitting
in
in
like half hour.
Sitting in there with Bob K eating his Michelinas chili mac.
Well, he always ate them like crusty ass peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
He packed a lot, yeah.
The same
Well, he
fucking
used
thing
to
every
used
day.
to every fucking day. He'd get like a Michelinas chili mac or a Michelina, some kind of Michelinas, the little 10 for 10 whatevers. He used to live on those.
I think he had to stop because it was too high in sodium for him.
Probably.
Well, all that shit is high in
Oh
sodium.
yeah, those frozen meals.
That's how they keep it preserved.
Man. But how about that insurance denial I sent you, Hot Sauce? Is that the dumbest like denial you've ever heard?
That doesn't even make sense.
And so to fill everybody in, including our listeners, I had my wellness visit in July. Fast forward to August, I get a bill for $111. I'm like, what the fuck is this? I never get a fucking bill for a wellness visit. You know, that's all kind of covered in it.
A regular doctor visit kind of thing.
Yeah, to promote you to go to the doctor and get preventative care, right? You know, obviously through the Affordable Care Act, I think they passed something like that. I appealed it because I saw it was partially denied. So they sent me this response back. They did not cover the vitamin D portion of the test.
Like one of the 4 main fucking vitamins.
Right.
They don't cover the
Oh,
vitamin.
bro, wait till I read you this. It's insane.
It's not so much that they didn't cover it. It's the reasoning why they didn't cover it. That's
Right.
the thing. It's not so much that they didn't cover it. Wait till you find out why they didn't cover it.
All right. So, service description. This blood test measures the amount of vitamin D present in the body and the body's ability to store it. Claim codes. Payment for this service is denied. A network provider may not bill you unless you gave written permission before you receive the service. The service is not covered because your plan only covers proven procedures. This service is unproven for the diagnosis or procedure code billed. In order for this service to be considered for coverage, you or your provider must submit scientific evidence that shows this service is safe and effective for your condition.
So a vitamin D test is not recommended for everyone generally.
I'm sorry. Is it not scientifically proven that if your vitamin D count is low, that you are submissible to illness and future diseases?
Apparently not.
It's like, what kind of fucking idiots do we have covering us nowadays? You know,
A lot.
Insurance is a big fucking racket. It's a scam, dude.
Sounds like a what are they, like a billing a code error?
Yeah.
Like somebody didn't put it was 01 and they put in 03 or something.
Right. So now I'm probably gonna have to call the doctor's office. Like, hey, what's the fucking problem here? But
You're gonna find out your doctor doing some experimental vitamin D shit.
yeah, like, oh, we coded you for something else.
It's gonna be on Netflix documentary.
Yeah, it's just fucking stupid. Like, I feel like at that point, the insurance company should call the doctor and fucking square it out.
To the point where
between the
it's
two of them.
not your responsibility.
Yeah, right. So now I'm gonna have to fucking deal with this at some point. I don't want to fucking deal with it, but hey, you gotta do what you gotta do, right?
I guess.
Well, I told you guys in the chat about someone we all know whose wife died, and they didn't want to take care of the ambulance bill until she signed it.
Oh my god, that's
And
terrible.
She's dead. I mean, he told him that, like, she's dead. I can forge her name for you if that's okay.
Then he'd
But
go to
she's
jail
not
for
signing
insurance
anything.
fraud.
Right.
Yeah,
She's not signing anything ever again.
she's no longer on the planet.
I had that with I think someone called about my mom when she passed away with like a credit card. They're like, well, who's gonna be paid for it? I said, fucking no one. I don't know what to tell you. I was like, I straight told him, I'm like, she's dead. No one could pay her fucking bill.
We can't cancel the card without her permission.
I didn't sign up for her fucking credit card.
Yeah.
I don't know her debt. I'm not married to her. Get fucked.
I told him, I
I
was
wish
like,
I could die and then answer all the phone calls my wife gets for debt. Like, that would be great. I would love that.
I'm like,
I'm legally
you can
dead,
write
but
that
I'm
off.
still
You're
answering
fine.
some phone calls.
The next time somebody calls Rob for collections on his mom, he'll just have it like forwarding to Hot Sauce's cell phone.
Yeah.
Like,
That'll
speak
work.
to my secretary. He handles all of my affairs.
I'm like, boy, do your thing.
Hot Sauce would be like, yeah, get fucked.
I said, make sure
my
you report
my
the one
insurance
here.
is getting told to get fucked when I make this phone call.
Oh, shit.
I'm dealing with getting a new CPAP machine. We're going to bitch about insurance for 5 minutes. I'm trying to get a new CPAP machine because mine's 7 years old. They say about every 5 years you get a new one. I haven't gotten a new one in 7 years. So I called, hey, we'll get you one. We'll get you one. Got to go through your doctor has to send a prescription. They already did that back in January. Big pain in the ass. So I call them and they're like, We'll get you one. You're on a waiting list. Cool, no problems. Then I get an email like an hour later. You got a machine. It's on the way. Well, that's not the one I fucking want. So don't send it because I ain't going to take it. I'll send it back. So I called them like, hey, what's going on? Well, we'll take care of it. We got to talk to your doctor, whatever. All right. I have zero balance due. I don't owe them anything. I don't have a machine coming. We're squared up. I just got a bill from them yesterday for $125.
What?
From January.
So,
Like,
okay. So,
why am I getting a bill from January if I just called you 2 weeks ago? I have a zero balance due.
right.
Well, because your insurance just submitted that payment to us, and this is what your benefits, and this you owe us $125. It's from January. Like, why am I getting it now? You told me I had a zero balance due.
Yeah,
Well, it was just waiting for insurance's approval for 8 months.
Yeah, that takes the whole year.
Yeah, it
And
could
you
still be
couldn't-
approved, but not be you have anything.
Yeah, it
Be
doesn't
shipped here.
take that
Yeah.
long. Something's up there.
You couldn't tell me when I called you a month ago, hey, you don't owe us anything right now, but there are 2 bills that we're waiting to hear from insurance about. You know, if those aren't covered, we'll let you know. Like, you just said zero balance due, and I got $10,000 worth of shit out there waiting. Somebody's getting cussed out Monday. I
Don't
got
know who.
time.
That poor bastard that makes $12 an hour to answer the phone call,
And
and
this is like, you know what? Let me
I
get
got
you to the
time.
who get paid to deal with that shit.
Hot
not
Sauce
me.
is about to fuck somebody's world up.
I got
You're like,
time.
this is like literally your job is to insure these things and pay, get it paid out in a timely manner. Like, what the fuck is the problem?
And it's not being insured.
You know, last week I, told everybody like, oh, make sure you go to the doctor. It's important.
Then
But-
you hear these horror stories.
Yeah, then you hear this shit, and it just does nothing but keep people away and keeps them from taking care of themselves.
That's probably one of the many reasons too. Just like that.
Yeah, people don't want to
Yeah.
fucking deal with this
Mhm.
shit.
Yep.
What's the Mr. PBS? See if you can find it. Where does the United States stand in healthcare?
Ah, boy, we're like,
He's
It's
like,
bad. It's bad.
He's
I
like, I
know
already
that.
checked that. It has to be pretty low.
It's terrible. From the last time I looked at it, it was awful.
What are you looking at, like performance rankings?
Just overall, like healthcare in general. I mean, I don't know what
I
you would.
remember hearing that it was low, but I mean, like, it was mentioned. Something.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta think that there's some sort of statistic on it. I mean, I know they, because on the news you always hear, oh, well, healthcare ranks this in the world.
This is from the Commonwealth Fund. I don't know who they are, but the website looks pretty well
that's the
put
first one
together.
that popped up for me.
The CommonwealthFund.org. How 11 countries rank on performance. The U.S. is number 11th by a wide margin.
Who's number one?
What?
Norway,
Yeah, what was that? I just had to unplug my.
Norway, Netherlands, Australia, UK, Germany, New Zealand, Sweden, France, Switzerland, Canada, and then just the bottom fucking falls out, and it's the United States.
The bottom falls out.
It just fucking falls out.
Here's one from worldpopulationreview.com. Best healthcare in the world 2022. Healthcare is a broad term used to describe the various systems we as humans rely upon. Prevention of illness, injury, blah, blah, blah. Healthcare encompasses medical doctors, hospitals, dentistry, psychology, blah, blah, blah. Nationwide healthcare systems take many forms. Access to healthcare is seen as a fundamental human right. People who lack quality healthcare are often left with a poor quality of life and lower life expectancy. I think America's fallen again, by the way. I think we felt like it fell in life expectancy like the last 2 or 3 years in a row. Quality of healthcare is determined by considering a wide range of factors. Top-notch healthcare. Which countries have the best healthcare in the world? CEO World Magazine Healthcare Index is a statistical analysis of all the overall quality, blah, blah, blah. Each country is given a score for each of the above factors, and then a total score out of 100. According to this index, 10 countries with the best healthcare are South Korea, Taiwan, Denmark, Austria, Japan, Australia, France, Spain, Belgium, UK.
Alrighty then.
Hit that second
South
link that I
Korea.
just put. Look at that second link. Look at that graph that it links to.
Okay.
Healthcare system performance compared to spending.
Where'd you send it at?
In the StreamYard chat.
Oh, okay.
It should link right to a graph. Look at that graph.
The second one?
Yeah.
Program, yep.
Healthcare
well-
system performance compared to spending.
Well, compared to spending, it gets even worse, doesn't it?
Yeah. Oh, it's horrible. It's terrible.
We spend the most in the world. It's like playing Where's Waldo. Spot the U.S.
Look at that.
Wow.
It's all by itself.
Yeah, just down
We're
there.
number one. Standing
Number
proud.
1, baby. Wow, that's
Those
terrible.
other countries are just jealous of us.
Standing strong.
Yeah,
Of course, if
is.
you're rich, you can still come here and get the procedure. But
Yeah.
Sure.
that's always the one excuse. Well, why do people come from all over the world? Because we got healthcare if you can pay for it.
Yeah.
All right, stop sharing that. Okay, so we got the answer to that. Is it time to move on to crazy news?
I think we can consider that a segment.
Yeah, pretty much. How shitty is American healthcare?
Pretty
That's-
shitty.
All right, so this first one, Hot Sauce submitted. Morrison's makes checkout beeps quieter at UK stores out of respect for Queen Elizabeth II. Following the death of Queen Elizabeth II at the age of 96 on the 8th of September, millions of businesses, companies, and organizations worldwide have been paying tribute to the longest reigning British monarch in history. We witnessed history, guys. With many taking the decision to make changes or amend operations as a mark of respect. After several supermarket chains and other retailers confirmed they would be closing doors on the day of the state funeral on Monday, September 19th, Morrison's has also revealed a few other measures it has taken to show respect. And one of those measures is turning down the volume of beeping at checkouts. That can be kind of annoying, but you know, when I used to run register, I'd get into the rhythm of the beeps.
You kind of need the beep.
Yeah, because you're not looking, you know, you're just like beep, 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 beep. You know, that's a vital part of running register.
Now, to be fair, when Hot Sauce shared this, we all had to ask, like, is that for real?
Yeah, right. Is this a joke of some sort?
I
mean, it
really
sounds like
believe it is real. I
This
tried
is-
to
It is.
look
I
up the
think it's just-
website.
I mean,
I
it's-
think it's legit.
Yeah, I didn't see anything about this.
I just Googled it just to double check. And I mean, I don't know, foodandwine.com, dailymail.co.uk reported it. So.
Not only that, but music and announcements have also been suspended inside stores during the 10-day period of national mourning. 10 days. Jesus Christ, people.
You know, when I think it was the day of her funeral, maybe they fired a gun or whatever every hour. I can't remember if it was for her life or for her reign. So either way, they fired a gun or cannon or whatever, like every hour for either 96 hours or like 70 some hours.
Jesus.
So everything else is quiet except for them guns going on.
It was originally reported yesterday that all noises at the tills and self-service checkouts had been completely turned off. But this is something the retailer has since denied in a statement. It came after shoppers took to Reddit to vent their confusion. In a now viral post, the popular subreddit British Problems which has around 700,000 members. One shopper said being unable to tell when you have scanned something at the self-service because Morrison's turned off the beep noise to pay respects. Our checkout beeps are not off, a spokesman from Morrison's explained. They have just been turned down as our music and announcements have been switched off in stores. That doesn't make any sense. Wow.
Well, you saw the tweets from people, our condolences, like all the businesses and everything.
Yeah.
And then they were like fake, like, you know, McDonald's would say our condolences, but then like McDonald's Ireland, somebody would make a fake McDonald's Ireland and say, get fucked. We don't care.
Yeah.
Everybody was making their TikToks to come out, you black and tans.
Yeah. People in Ireland just did not give one
Like,
fuck.
fuck that bitch.
I like a lot of people. They were like, yeah, fuck her. Like maybe she can give back all the slave owning jewels that she has.
How about the memes that were coming out after what she
Yeah.
passed? Jesus Christ.
Princess
man.
Diana
Yeah.
meeting her in heaven.
Yeah. What was
Those
that?
were funny as fuck, man.
Yeah, what was the one with like Kobe crossing her in heaven?
Yeah. Like her falling down or something like that.
Yeah.
That was hilarious. All right. Let's see here. This is just you guys replying to that. Should I read off this one about the QAnon follower?
Yeah.
Not that we try to get political on here. All right. This one's out of Michigan. And I put this one on here. QAnon follower killed by Michigan police officer after shooting wife and daughter. A family member blames the man's attack, which left his spouse dead, on political conspiracy theories that deteriorated his mental health. I would say so, sir.
Mm-hmm.
A Michigan man died in a firefight with police Sunday after he allegedly killed his wife and wounded his daughter, with another family member blaming his interest in QAnon conspiracy theories for the attack, according to NBC News. Igor Lannis, 53. Why am I laughing at that name? Igor. There's an Igor. Which is it? Is it Igor or Igor?
I think it might be Igor. I think.
Depends on if you like Young Frankenstein or not.
Right. I mean,
yeah, that's a good.
Maybe we'll just go with Igor. Fired a shotgun at officers responding to a 911 call outside his Walled Lake home, leading police to return fire, according to local Oakland County Sheriff's Office. The 25-year-old who placed the call had said her father shot her. The sheriff's office wrote in a statement on Facebook, responding police saw her attempting to crawl from home and transported her to a local hospital for emergency surgery. The young woman is now in stable condition. The sheriff's office told NBC News that the police were injured in the shooting. Oh, my. A search of the home revealed Lannis' wife, 56, shot multiple times in the back. Good Lord, authorities said. It appears that she was also attempting to flee out of the front door. Also, the family dog was shot multiple times and killed. Oh, come on, man.
Fuck.
Why you got to fuck with a dog? It's, it's still terrible that, he shot everybody.
we gotta make sure that's put in there.
But the fucking dog, man.
Yeah.
Investigators are seeking insight into what set this into motion. Oh, he's a crazy fuck. That's what set it into
Simple
motion.
as that.
Lannis' other daughter, Rebecca, shared some of the insight Sunday on Reddit, according to Detroit News. In a post titled, "My Q Dad snapped and killed my family this morning," she wrote that her father first sought out QAnon forums in wake of Donald Trump's loss in 2020 presidential election.
Shocker.
Right.
Snowflake.
What is the deal with the snowflake, Rob? Move on from that. He kept reading conspiracy theories about the stolen election, Trump vaccines, etc. She wrote. He also said he wanted to keep us safe and healthy. Apparently not. It kept getting worse, and he verbally snapped at us a few times. Nothing physical, though. He never got physical with anybody.
Gonna keep you safe if it kills you.
Well, at around 4 a.m. on September 11th, he had an argument with my mother, and he decided to take our guns and shoot her, my dog, and my sister. Good Lord, man. It's just crazy.
The problem is they didn't have more guns, because if they'd had more guns, they could have defended themselves against
Right.
the more guns that he already had.
And listen to this. Rebecca Lannis told the Detroit News that she was attending a friend's birthday and missed the attack by dumb luck. While her father had no criminal history, she said he had become more agitated in the past year. God damn, man. That just goes to show you the climate in this country is just
outrageous
at an all-time high.
That's what top 11 looks like for you.
Right. And you know what kills me is it's already kind of been proven that this QAnon shit is all one big joke.
I thought they figured out that like it was literally like one guy.
Yeah, they interviewed him in that. There's a documentary on HBO where they interview the guy and he's like, yeah, just fucking having fun, like it's all a big joke. And these people eat everything up.
We see, Sleazy, you wouldn't believe that if you would just listen to Gematria. Michael Jackson said it. ABC 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, no
Do,
thanks.
re, mi.
That's the thing. And all these things that is posted by it, like it's all like these like secret like scriptures, and they're like these people are like, oh my God, he said this. So it's got to be this date, this time, specifically this, that's how that pizza shit started. Pizzagate. Like,
yeah.
It's just
I
sad.
remember that. The pizza restaurant was a trafficking hub or something.
They said they had a child
pedophile ring in the basement.
Pedophile ring
Yeah,
in the
that's
basement.
it.
So the guy went in there and started shooting everybody up or something like that.
Well, I think he was looking for Hillary.
Yeah.
Is Hill Dog in here?
Yeah, Hillary was running it through that pizza shop or something like that, wasn't she?
Yeah. Yeah. And what was it on that Jordan Klepper video? Like triangles and circles.
Yeah.
You know, so
That's-
definitely shapes
so
not
don't eat
associated
pizza.
with pizza in any way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
You listen to that, you're like, what the fuck? What?
these people, man, they eat it all up. And like, listen, we talked about this many times, even at dinner tonight. I don't care who you vote for, you know, any of that, but don't buy into this stupid bullshit. Like, not everything you read on the internet is true, folks.
Like JFK's supposed to be coming back this year.
Oh, I
sometime?
know. Like, get
Remember that
over it, people. And Donald Trump is still the president, too. That's the one thing that
That's always my favorite. Donald Trump's still the president. Oh, so he's to blame for high gas prices? No, that's not him. That's,
yeah, no.
Let's take that back. President doesn't control the gas prices.
So the guy that's really president isn't president. No, he's a lizard under a mask.
He's actually an actor.
Yeah. There's 2 Joe Bidens. Have you heard that one?
Mm-hmm. Like one's the demon since when he was doing that podium.
There's like
background.
there's a clone of him.
Oh.
Yeah.
And they point out like how he has different eye colors and stuff like that. And it's like, okay, like
We're living the movie Dave.
Yeah. That was a great movie.
It's just, I don't know, man. Our country is just.
You won't be laughing tomorrow, buddy, when that solar flare hits.
Yeah, and then that's another thing. Tomorrow is supposed to be a big day. Like that's all the crazies have been talking about it all week. I sent you guys a video. I don't know if anybody watched it, but tomorrow there's supposed to be some solar flare that they picked up on some cryptic online video of something that people there was some German.
It was like a German guy was a chancellor or something like that.
Right.
Politician. And supposedly he was talking about like February 24th or something, which was when Russia invaded Ukraine.
Right. And he misspoke and said,
or the video mistranslated or something.
Yeah.
And he said, September 24th will be a day to remember.
Yeah. So everybody's like,
and then
make sure you get all kinds of water and, say goodbye to your electronics. That's not, you're not going to have anything come September 25th.
Hey, Billy Bob.
And then Donald Trump's taking over and he's going to put all them people on trial on TV. How's it going to be on TV after that solar flare hits?
Could you imagine if the solar flare really does something catastrophic happens and it's like Revolution? Remember the old Revolution show?
How many seasons? Like 2?
2 or 3.
Yeah.
Then they canceled it.
Yeah.
But the power went out in that show and nobody knew why the power went out. But they went back to like old time stuff. Like they had,
horses, swords, bow and
arrows. They were using all kinds of shit. But could you imagine like Donald Trump riding into your town on a fucking horse buggy?
No.
Comes riding in on a horse like all those paintings of him in like
carrying
the world,
the colonial gear.
He's got the big like pea coat on with the George Washington hat.
The tricorn, he's got a saber.
Listen, folks, I've got the best horses. No one has horses like me.
Jesus Christ. Like even you doing that just hurts my fucking head.
And people are just eating it up like, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Told you things were going to be better.
Yeah, okay.
That maybe things would be better that way. We wouldn't hear anything. You wouldn't be upset by anything. There would be no QAnon things.
Well, and then I keep when we were talking about this, I keep thinking of Escape from LA at the very end. He hits the doomsday device and knocks it back into the dark ages. No batteries would work or anything.
Oh, dude, that tweet you sent the other day was hilarious.
Oh, that's funny too, because I sent the tweet and I think it's a couple years older. Well, it's probably even older than that now. Of some fan asking John Carpenter, like, "Hey, I loved Escape from New York. What the hell happened to L.A.?" And John Carpenter says, "Fuck you."
I mean, he's pissed. Full on middle finger in it too.
And to be fair, Escape from L.A. isn't a very good movie, but it has aged well. Because it's about
terrible.
Well,
it's about a theocratic authoritarian president. There's the Plutoxin 7 virus. There's, all this sort of stuff that's kind of similar to like 2020 going on. And then at the end of it, Snake Plissken just says, fuck it. That's the best thing about the movie is really that ending. We're getting rid of all these computers and all this technology. We're done. We're going to start over again.
Yeah.
And every day when I'm having like a bad day, I'll just walk around thinking to myself, like, Snake was right.
And I don't think
start over. I'm gonna go back to the straw bedding and the candles and shit and just reset.
Mm-hmm. Kyle's already ready.
My only problem is I need AC. I can't do summers.
Yeah, that and plumbing.
Yeah.
Well, you just have to go down into the old wine cellar, buddy.
Right.
Cool off for the night.
the root cellar. Go down there with
Yeah,
the canned
I mean,
vegetables.
it should be cold down there.
Right, or it's still ground on half of it. Nice, cool dirt.
Oh man, I can't find that in our messages. I was going to play it for somebody. It's great though, because he's like, Escape from New York, phenomenal movie.
Yeah.
What happened to Escape from LA? Fuck
He didn't even skip a
you.
beat. Yeah.
Fuck you. By the way, has anybody gotten a cancellation email from Walmart yet?
No.
On our hot sauce, he sends us this message yesterday morning. He's like, "Look, this Halloween Blu-ray. Is it what was it? A 4K Blu-ray?
4K set, yeah.
Yeah,
Of like the last 3 Halloween movies.
from 95 to 2002. It was 20. Was it $20 on Walmart?
Under $25, ship, tax out the door, gone.
Yeah.
Under $25.
So we all
Regular
ordered it.
retail's 108.
I think we all ordered it except for Rob.
No, I didn't.
But it's funny. How long did it take him to raise the price on that?
It was actually up for a couple hours. I found
Yeah.
it near the tail end because I got into a fucking Twitter argument with somebody.
Oh, really?
Because I found a thread where one of the guys that I follow that posts like when systems and stuff were going on sale. So I got one of my PlayStation 5s. He had posted it and I saw that thread, and like 3.5 hours after it got posted, somebody's like, "Oh man, they changed it." I'm like, dude, you're acting like it just fucking got changed. It's been up for 3 or 4 hours already.
Right.
Some total fucking randos like, but it's obvious you don't do shit. Some people got to work. Like, what the fuck's work got to do with anything? Dude, like, seriously, like, not even knowing my situation, no job, whatever. Like,
He called you the fuck out.
well, I was like, what the fuck's work got to do with anything? Stay mad. Like, you're mad, dude. Like, you're not even involved in this. Like, you're just randomly commenting shit to talk shit.
That's somebody that just had a bad day, man.
Right.
That's all
Like,
that.
dude, you missed out on a fucking, like, oh man, it changed. Well, it's like fucking 3.5 hours, dude. Usually that shit lasts like fucking minutes. Like, they find it and nail it. Like,
I was surprised it was still up in the time it took you to send that to us and for us to buy it. Really.
I mean,
yeah.
I really didn't need it because, I mean, let's face it, I get my fair share of Halloween. What is it? 5 that was in there?
Yeah.
Or 6?
Six is in there.
Mhm.
With Paul Rudd.
6 H2O and Resurrection.
Yeah.
I get my
Yes.
fair share of all 3 of those movies during AMC's Horror Fest because, I mean, they're on every fucking day during October. But I mean, it was just too good of a deal to like not fucking buy.
Yeah, you
And
could
I'm
buy
trying
it,
to think.
resell it.
Yeah.
You
You
know, I'm
buy
trying
it
to think
and
what
resell
the
it.
thing
Yeah.
about that is because I think it's Shout just did they just did a 4K release on them.
Well, they've
But-
released like I don't know if they've released those ones in 4K.
Right,
think they
right.
might
It
have.
was just like the first something, but then they came out with that set, and everybody's like, "Why the fuck you putting those 3 together?" Like it was goofy. It's got like $108 retail on it. It's pre-ordered.
Yeah, because they've released at least the first 1 through 5 in 4K.
As single
Big release.
individuals.
Right. I think a lot of people were waiting for them to put out a box set or something.
Like they did with the Friday the 13th set on Blu-ray last year or the year before. Year before they did the Friday the 13th set.
They had everything. Did it have? I don't think it had Final Friday. Did it? Jason Goes to Hell. Is that
Yeah,
right?
yeah, they had all of
Got
it.
everything in it.
Okay.
By the way, how is John Carpenter still alive?
Yeah.
The guy plays his video games, smokes his cigarettes, and watches basketball.
Yeah, I mean, and he smokes pretty heavily too, doesn't he?
Enough that he's known for it, I guess.
He's 74.
Oh, here it is. I found it. Hold on. Let's I'll share the screen for this one.
But he's a real big Lakers fan, right?
Yeah, yeah. He would. It's generally known he'd prefer it if you came up to talk to him. If you want to talk about his movies, he'd like it if you talk about the Lakers.
Fuck you.
Man, he's gonna get up and whip his ass, wasn't he?
Rob, shut up.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Now we have to play it one more time.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
You should
He even got the arm in there too.
yeah.
He got the double, not just the bird. He got the fuck you, the serious bird.
Yeah, he got it. Let's stop that. Okay. Yeah, he was Was he actually like mad? I mean, it looks like he's pissed at that.
He looked pissed.
You know, he's got, I think, in a way, like a deep seated hatred of some people, because I think deep down he's still pissed about how he was treated throughout his career.
Yeah.
Now he's looked on. Everybody loves him now, but sort of when these movies came out, he wasn't like the John Carpenter he is.
Yeah.
At least a lot amongst certain fans, and he's still always been kind of pissed about that, I think.
I still remember meeting him at the Horror Hound video Muzz went to, and he was like, I remember getting a They Lived thing autographed. Yeah, and I looking back at it now, I wish I would have got Halloween autographed, but They Lived had something special to me. I used to watch it with my uncle all the time, and it's like one of the movies that got me into movies, you know.
I mean, it's still a classic. You can't go wrong with it.
But I remember I wasn't going to get it what do you call that? Personalized. Yeah. And I slid it over to him, and he wasn't even like looking at me or anything. He was just looking down at the thing. He was like, "You want to personalize?" I said, "Yeah, sure. Make it out to Sleazy." Okay. How you spell that? You know, I tell him, "All right, see you later." I was like, "Wow, okay."
I was in line for a while because I think you and Muzz were getting somebody else's first.
Yeah, we did John Carpenter towards the end of the day.
And he had his own little room, and it was getting close to lunchtime, so I'm kind of like making sure I get into the room at least. And so they go to shut the door, and I'm like one of the last couple ones in there, and he's like, "Hey guys, we're gonna take a lunch break. We'll be back in like a half hour, something like that. So just hang tight. I'll be right back." And he was pretty chill about everything
because they had him in his own like little room.
Yeah,
from what I remember, because he was like the big draw of that show.
He was one of them. Yeah,
yeah. That and the Walking Dead people.
Yeah, that was really big then.
Yeah, that was crazy. All right, so back to crazy news.
Hold on, I saw
Go
this. Ahead. This is another John Carpenter thing since we're on it real quick. But I don't know who's asking him the questions. But the question is Michael Myers a virgin? Carpenter responds, "Is he a virgin?" He says, "I mean, all he does is kill. Did he ever get laid?" And Carpenter says, "I don't think he was able to. He was fucked up. I think he got confused between fucking and killing." The guy asked, "What if he's really just a repressed homosexual on a rampage?" I never thought about that. I just think he's crazy. But what do I know? No, maybe he is. Says your illest scene is in assault on illest. Scene is on Precinct 13 when they shoot the 8-year-old girl. Says that was pretty tough. You know, we can't kill kids. I don't know what I was thinking. He says it's great. She tells the ice cream man she wants vanilla swirl and she gets blasted. Spoiler alert.
Yeah,
like, that's right. She goes back and gets nailed. We rigged her ice cream cone to blow out blood on her. She was scared at first, but everybody loves getting killed in movies. She had fun.
I don't think I've ever seen the original Assault.
That's good.
I've seen the remake.
The
I've seen the remake, but
remake sucked.
It was okay, but
yeah,
it was okay at best. But yeah, I recommend it. I'd put that at one of my top 3 or 5 Carpenters probably.
And I think I even didn't realize that he did that until like you mentioned it.
All right, so this one, Mr. PBS submitted. Train hits Plateville police vehicle parked on tracks, seriously injuring woman who had been taken into custody. How the fuck does that happen? I guess we're about to find out. A woman in police custody in Weld County was seriously injured Friday night when the patrol vehicle she had been placed in, which was parked on railroad tracks, was struck by a train. The incident happened at 7:30 p.m. near US 285 and Weld County Road 38, just north of Plateville, according to a Colorado Bureau of Investigation news release. All right. Police were responding to an initial report of road rage involving firearm in Fort Lupton when the train collision incident unfolded, the Bureau said. The Plateville officer located a vehicle and made a traffic stop with the driver, a 20-year-old Greeley woman, pulling over just beyond the railroad tracks, according to the Bureau. The officer stopped on the railroad tracks behind the vehicle, behind the pulled over vehicle. So that's how it happened. 2 Fort Lupton officers arrived, and the woman, a felony menacing suspect, was removed from her vehicle and placed in the Plateville patrol car parked on the tracks. While the officers cleared the suspect vehicle as part of the investigation, a train traveling northbound struck the PPD patrol car, the release said. The woman was taken to Greeley Hospital after the crash. Details on her injuries were not released. Fort Lupton police are investigating details that led to the initial call for the police assistance. The state patrol is investigating the woman's injuries, and the Colorado Bureau of Investigation has been asked to investigate the woman's injuries. Sounds like that woman may be getting a payday.
I was gonna say, yeah, yep.
That what did they call her in this up here? This felony menacing suspect is about to have all of her records sponged and be a rich woman. Let's just say that.
You'll be relieved to know that the officer involved was confirmed that the officer involved in this incident has been placed on paid administrative leave.
Oh yeah,
always.
What, like, paid administrative leave? Oh, you parked your car on the train tracks, huh? Was somebody inside it? Sounds like a good idea.
You know what? It's going to take a little time. We'll still pay you. It's no problem.
That's like one of the first things you learn in like driver's ed too. Like I remember them showing us like videos of cars getting fucked up that were parked on train tracks or didn't stop for the thing and got hit by the train, you know. You expect more out of our men and women that serve.
I don't expect much from anyone anymore.
Serve and protect us.
Like that stuff's so like drilled into my head. Like I'm still cautious. Like even when you can see train tracks like a mile down the road, you don't want to be like, oh, it just came out of nowhere.
In a blink of an eye, it could come and get you, you know, like even though I would think you would hear it, but you know, we're all jamming to music.
I know trains travel pretty fucking quick, but they're not fucking quiet. I do not understand why we have such a problem with people getting fucked up on trains. I don't understand it.
Usually they blow like the horn or whistle or whatever if they see you. So
I always see it like most of the time is that something happens to the car right on the train track, like it breaks down or something too. That's why I've seen most of the time whenever I've seen like videos of it happening.
And you've been watching that. What's that one? That's some Final Destination shit right there, Rob. You got that from one of those movies, didn't you?
No, I've seen those too.
You ain't seen no real life car breaking down on the train track.
Caught on live tape.
Mm-hmm. All right. So we're going to move on. I'm not saying it hasn't happened. I'm just saying you haven't seen it.
Okay.
You saw it in a movie.
Okay.
I'm just saying we should do like a Mythbusters episode. Rob, we will lock you in a car on some train tracks.
You know, I say this and Rob's going to be driving because he has like one of those Chevys where it kind of like when you stop the engine kills and then you hit the gas and it turns back on. Rob's going to be going down Williams Road and it's going to be like, oh, I'm stuck on the train tracks. No.
He's gonna get caught in that solar flare tomorrow right on the train tracks.
Right.
Car's gonna die on the train.
Yeah.
Rob's was like, I wish I could Snapchat this to Eric to prove him wrong. That fucker.
On my deathbed, I proved you wrong, Eric.
Like QAnon was right. The solar flare fucked me.
He's gonna turn anybody to crispy critters like in fucking Terminator 2 Judgment Day.
Yeah. All right, this one's from Hot Sauce. Man has car stolen twice in 3 hours in Chicago.
Yes, sir.
It's on my side.
Welcome to my world.
All right. Corey Simons. He has the same. Oh, man. Corey Simons almost couldn't believe it himself. I mean, who gets their car stolen 2 times in 3 hours? He asked out loud. First, a brazen daylight car theft right from the auto shop. Simon said it happened Monday when he took his 2017 Jaguar SUV for an oil change. He deserves to get his car stolen. Driving a Jaguar.
Jaguar.
You know, there's some cars that people drive and they're just, you know, like
if you're driving that, you've got enough money to have your car stolen. You're
right.
fine.
You're just an asshole to buy that fucking car.
You can pay for it to get it fixed.
A dark 4-door vehicle drives up. 2 people in mask exit. Oh my God. I wonder if they have Mike Myers mask on. Then enter the bay where Simon's car had its hood up. They closed it up, hopped in, and took off. Masked individuals came in and just took the car and hijacked it, Simon said. Simons called police. They were there in minutes and showed them the GPS tracker on the car. We found it on the west side of Chicago, he said. His Jaguar went from Bucktown to 2600 block of West Madison, East Garfield Park. Have no idea.
Now, I don't know all of my Chicago inner city neighborhoods or areas, so I can't give you any kind of correlation of where that is into.
I was going to ask, like, are these good neighborhoods, bad neighborhoods?
West side.
I can't say. I would say if they jacked him and took the car there, probably not a good area.
Yeah.
You don't see too many carjackers take cars to good areas.
Yeah. CPD escorted him to his vehicle. Simons got his car back and took it to a local gas station to fill it up. Then I got out of my car, filled it up with gas, and hopped another individual that stole my car and drove off.
All right, this next paragraph tells you why he deserved to have it stolen.
Yep.
He says within a 3-hour span, his car was stolen twice. He said he left it running while filling up at the gas station. Gone in 60 seconds or less, he said. The nozzle was in the tank. Gas was flying everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who leaves their car running anymore?
Yeah, you're
That guy.
supposed to turn it off, you know?
Yeah. That's a dangerous thing to do.
This time, the car went from the 2300 block of West Fullerton in Bucktown to Douglas Park. I contacted the 2 officers who helped me previously and said, "You're never going to believe me or believe this, but my car was stolen again," Simon said. Chicago police were able to recover his car again. Simon said there were stolen plates on it by the time they had gotten it back the second time, and that he's grateful for the quick work of police. Just a life lesson that we all need to be careful of our surroundings and just be smart and diligent, he said. As for his friends and family, they're telling me to buy some lottery tickets at this point, he said. Luck is on my side. Hopefully it'll be good luck this time. Bitch, you just had good luck twice.
Yeah. You got
you
your
got
car
it
back
back.
twice.
Yeah.
This
think
guy,
he
I can
was-
kind of picture his mentality. I think, and I don't know this guy. I'm talking shit about somebody I don't know. He kind of strikes me as the type of guy that his learning experience was from this. Go buy a battery powered vehicle so I don't have to stop and get gas anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think he's the kind of guy that walks down the street like counting the money in his wallet? 100, 200, 300.
Right.
Probably.
I don't know why they robbed me for.
I bet he gets a new car with a key fob.
He'll
Where-
go buy a brand new Tesla now, so that way he doesn't have to stop and get. You're not going to rob me anymore. Watch this. I'm going to
Yeah.
spend
Before we know-
130 grand on a high-end Tesla SUV and never
Well,
have to get gas.
It's funny, you know, the key fobs where you don't have to put a key in, you know, as long as you have the key in your pocket and somebody were to get in while it's running and drive off, I mean, within so many feet, the car is going to stop.
Yeah.
Like it's just going to turn off. So
Mine will go, but you can't start it back up.
yeah.
If you take my show with me having the key fob, if I start it and get out, it'll say no key detected. You'll be able to drive, but don't shut it off.
Oh,
It's
wow.
not going to kill on you. It won't just die, but you just can't start it back up.
I think mine goes so many feet and then it kills. So it starts beeping or some shit. And then it's like, doo-doo-doo-doo. Nope. But yeah, it seems like there'd be some kind of like fail safe in case your key fob would break or something. But
Well, but even before that article, I was like, well, maybe it was a Hyundai because, you know, all the crime rate with those being stolen.
don't even get me started on the Hyundai and the parents that are crying about their kids stealing the Hyundais and the Kias. Have you heard about that, Hot Sauce?
Kia boys.
Kia boys.
Yeah, the epidemic here in Columbus.
Fuck
It's everywhere, dude. They're fucking worldwide. They're fucking
And-
cars up.
Here in Columbus, they're like, the parents are like saying, "Oh, we need more programs to keep these kids." And
How about
you
you
know-
teach them not to be pieces of shit?
yeah, like how about you do some parenting, you know? And how about the police arrest these motherfuckers when they do try to steal them?
But you baton one of those motherfuckers a couple times, maybe we'll learn.
Yeah, I mean,
Run
I'm
the
not going
fucking
to that
risk.
level,
I
but
don't fucking care.
Rob's ready to set up like some decoy Kias around the city, set to self destruct after someone starts them.
Rob's gonna be like,
Fucking Punisher
Give
and
him a
like,
jigsaw.
yeah.
what's those old movies where the guy used to like, I mean, go around and I mean, they're like from the 70s and 80s. It has,
Death Wish.
yeah, he used to go around and
Gonna
beat
be Charles
fuckers up.
Bronson.
Charles Real. Charles
Bronson.
Yeah, Rob's gonna be doing
Hey
that.
punk.
Real. Smacking shit at people with fucking rolls.
So
of
you
quarters
think
and
you want to
socks.
steal that Kia? Justice is here for you tonight, boy. Rob pulls out his little billy club.
It's not revenge. It's punishment.
Justice.
Tonight's the night you learn, boy. You're gonna learn hard.
Gonna learn the hard way around these streets, boy.
Somebody in the background like snapping.
Oh man.
Oh, that would be hilarious. We should just set that up where Rob goes and gets his ass beat by the Kia boys.
Yeah, I don't need Rob getting his ass.
You
Insurance wouldn't cover it.
bet- You imagine like a YouTube series like Rob patrolling Columbus at night.
We can pitch it to Netflix. We'll get picked up.
There's an active car theft going on. Let me go say something to these guys. Sir,
Get that app that Hot Sauce has that tells you when everybody's making their calls or whatever.
sir, you shouldn't take that Kia.
All you gotta do is use my superpower. Touch them, and they get diabetes.
Justice will be served.
Just take out your insulin and shoot up right before you go after him.
Yeah.
That would
My
be
God,
Rob's.
look at him.
What if Rob was like Dexter and he just shot people up with insulin behind him?
Dial it up.
Is somebody in DKA right now?
Rob's killing motherfuckers for stealing Kias. I'm tired of this shit. Oh, dude, we're about to kill Rob. This is worse than him falling
That
over.
voodoo is going to do him in.
Right. Justice will be served tonight.
Evil dies tonight.
Hold on, I gotta feed Brownie before I go out on my neighborhood watch.
I'll be there.
Does he use the insulin like super soldier serum?
Yeah.
Oh man.
He
I
has
dial
to
that shit
Hulk
up and just dose it in.
If you don't leave me alone, my blind dog will kill you.
That's gonna be like his excuse, like when the cops stop him. Like, oh, I was just out walking my dog.
Yeah.
Sir, that motherfucker's blind. Like, so what?
Sir, do you know anything about this dead teenager that was trying to steal a Kia? No, I was just walking Brownie after a steak dinner. I don't know what happened.
What is it, boy? What do you smell?
Excuse me, I have to get home for my 5 p.m. nap.
Hey, that's a
No, I
must.
have to leave. I've got to go to Steak and Shake and get a Frisco melt before I get my ass beat.
I was just out doing a little door dashing.
My fucking head hurts. Oh my god.
All right. So
Hey, does Steak and Shake have the caramel apple milkshakes for the Halloween season there?
I have no idea.
I don't know.
I haven't been. In a
I
while.
don't go to Steak and Shake.
I love those fucking things.
I think they're getting ready to open like a Freddy's.
Yeah.
Freddy's is like a higher end kind of steak and shake.
Yeah.
Is it? You ever notice like everybody that works on a Steak and Shake is like fucking miserable? Like they hate their lives.
Majority of fast food people hate their lives.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at least like in like when you go into like Wendy's or something of that nature, you can see people having a little bit of fun in the background and they're working with each other. Like Steak and Shake, it looks like some lost motherfucking souls in there, dude.
It's probably the little outfits.
Yeah, they got to wear those stupid like ties and
I wear a
everything.
stupid fucking hat.
They can't be happy in that place. All right, so we're gonna move along here. We're at ending towards at the end of the show, obviously. So we're strapped for time, so we got to get going.
I'll tell you when we're gonna get going.
You think you're gonna steal that Kia?
You're dead wrong.
All right.
All right.
NBC Universal and Warner Brothers Discovery merger. Oh man, I think I got a wrong article pulled up here. This is what it would mean for AEW and WWE. But we'll just say there's a rumor going around that Warner
Just
Brothers
click on the
Discovery,
first blue link in the article you got pulled up.
the first blue link.
Yeah, the AEW article that like the second line is a blue
Oh, here we
link
go.
from
Yeah.
CEO
Thanks,
Brian
man.
Roberts.
Imagine a world
Oh,
where
then
pine
of course it's got a
trees
fucking
is
ad
fine.
on it.
Boo.
I hate that, dude. Ads that
I
just
don't
play
see
immediately.
ads.
Oh, must be nice. I'll have to get that off you. Is that like a little add in on Google?
No, it's my firewall.
Oh, okay. All right. Anyways, Warner Brothers Discovery and NBC Universal merger could happen in 2024, according to analysts. Warner Brothers Discovery may appear to be in disarray. Yes, it does look pretty bad from the outside looking in, but a new report claims more upheaval may be on the way for the newly merged company. CEO David Zaslav, asshole, is still searching for someone to lead the DC films and TV after Dan Lim reportedly turned down the position. Whoever lands the position would be considered the studio's Kevin Feige, the president of Marvel Studios. While Warner Brothers Discovery continues to slash $50 billion in debt, analysts around Hollywood are speculating the company could be setting itself up to be sold to NBC Universal. An article in Hollywood Reporter by Kim Masters points to industry observers who think Comcast CEO Brian Roberts has his eye on merging NBC Universal and Warner Brothers Discovery. Obviously, Peacock sucks, an exec with knowledge of both companies said. There are some good synergies, I'm sure. Roberts is licking his chops because the WBD stock is so low. And I think that Zaslav's endgame, sorry. Get the place sold, a spokesperson for Warner Brothers Discovery responded. We are building Warner Brothers Discovery for long term. Okay. It's important to note that the negotiations between NBC Universal and Warner Brothers Discovery can't take place officially until April 2024. This is when Comcast has the right, but not the obligation to sell its remaining 33% of Hulu to Disney for at least $27.5 billion. Speaking September 14th at the Goldman Sachs Technology Conference, Comcast CEO Brian Roberts suggested that rather than selling their minority stake in Disney in 2024, he would be open to flipping the script and buying the streaming platform outright. I believe if Hulu was put up for sale, Comcast would be interested in buying it, Roberts said. So would a lot of other tech and media companies. You would have a robust auction. He added, regardless, 100% value of Hulu is what we are entitled to. Jesus. But if we were up for sale, we certainly, and I think others would want to get into that opportunity. I think our position in Hulu is very invaluable for us and our shareholders. As a company, Hulu has done a spectacular job. Of course, NBC Universal is also the owner of Peacock streaming service. Just think if Comcast were able to gain full control of Hulu and bring in together with Peacock, if an acquisition of Warner Brothers Discovery were also to happen, NBC Universal would have a catalog of content to rival Disney. Roberts' comments also appear to indicate that if he were to sell Hulu, that money could then be spun to help acquire Warner Brothers Discovery. So we could have us a big ass merger. What do you guys think?
Well, as long as we benefit from it, so that's as long as it's fine.
I don't quite know how to comprehend that article, honestly, because there's a lot of shit going on there. They're saying that they have the right to sell their remaining 33% of Hulu. So the NBC Universal only owns 33% of Hulu. Disney owns the rest. They could sell their 33% to Disney, but then they're saying that they would put it up for sale, but someone would buy. Like, it doesn't. I don't understand the article. Sounds like it's very confusing.
It sounds like they're looking for a buyer for their share, but then they say they're entitled to 100% of Hulu. Like,
but that's what I'm saying. If it were up for sale, you're 33%. You're not going to get it from Disney.
Go ahead and repeat that.
I think everybody's assuming that Disney has the money to buy it, even if they have to do it that way.
I don't know. It could be tricky either way. I just can't see Disney letting go of Hulu. Disney, even though they have their own streaming service now. I mean, that's part of their shtick, you know. Bundle this and you get Hulu and ESPN Plus.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, if they're going to sell
subscribers too, when you bundle it like that too.
If they want to say they can sell their 33% stake in Hulu for $27 billion, how much do they think it's going to take to get Disney 66%?
Right.
Money they don't fucking have. And then if they do buy that, they're not going to be able to fucking them selling. It doesn't make any sense. Them selling 33% of Hulu for $27 billion. Is that enough to buy Warner Brothers Discovery? If they don't sell it, they got the money somehow to buy $100 billion worth of Hulu from Disney. Like, I don't understand it.
How much? I wonder how much is. Hold on a second. Google. Let's go to Google. Just type Warner Brothers Discovery.
I mean, it's huge news. It doesn't make any sense to me. Like, I don't understand the logistics of it.
All right, so they would get close. Warner Brothers Discovery market capitalization is at $28.62 billion. So it sounds like they would have the money from Hulu, and they would just, obviously have to put some more money into it, or they could probably get a deal. Who knows? I don't see their value going up anytime soon. Do you? Warner Brothers
No.
Discovery, anyways.
No, not with those.
Not
right
with
now.
the way it's
No,
going.
The way,
No.
the way they are now. No.
They don't know about the
But would the value go up because he's wiping out so much debt?
That is true. Good point.
He's clearing debt off the books, so that makes them
That's
more valuable in people's eyes.
Yeah, that helps a lot.
That the taxpayers getting, taxpayers helping them out. Let's cancel this so we can write it off.
Yeah.
I think Disney's probably worth more than Warner Brothers Discovery.
Oh, it's got to be.
Yeah.
Let's just
So
type.
I just don't understand. It doesn't make any sense to me. I don't understand.
Yeah. Disney's valued at 181.39 billion.
Well, it would be their stake in Hulu, though. Whatever Disney's stake in Hulu would be, because NBC Universal stake at 33% at 27 billion. So what would Disney's stake in Hulu be? Just 27 billion times 2?
Disney has a guaranteed sell price that would value Hulu at a minimum of 27.5 billion and make Comcast stake worth at least 9 billion. But I don't understand that. That's a very tricky article because it says Comcast says they're 100% entitled to Hulu, even though Disney owns
67% of it.
Yeah,
April 2024. This is when Comcast has the right, but not the obligation, to sell its remaining 33% of Hulu to Disney. So Disney would be the outright owner of Hulu, correct? We all agree on that?
Yeah.
Okay. So they would sell their portion of Hulu to Disney for $27.5 billion. Then they would take that $27.5 billion and buy Warner Brother Discovery, which that would technically, we'll say, give them enough money for. Okay. Suggests that rather than selling their minority stake to Disney, he would be open to flipping the script and buying the streaming platform outright. So they would have to, in turn, buy Disney's 66%. So you're saying that Disney would want to sell Hulu in 2024? Like I just don't understand.
Here's a Variety article, kind of talking about that, and part of it says Roberts, who's the CEO of Comcast, I think, right, comments about Hulu look like a bargaining ploy. After all, he has an interest in maximizing Hulu's value in the event Comcast ultimately sells its stake. So it sounds like Roberts' guy is trying to pump up Hulu to sell it for more, regardless of whatever he does.
Right.
Because the more he sells it for, the more he'll get.
He's going to get at least $27.5 billion because that's contracted for their third.
Yeah, I don't know. It's all confusing.
Under the agreement that Disney gave Disney operational control over Hulu, Comcast in 2024 has the right to require Disney to buy its Hulu ownership stake, and conversely, Disney has the right to force Comcast to sell it.
Which would be the $27.5 billion, which Disney would become the full owner of Hulu, and NBC Universal would have $27 billion they could then use to buy Warner Brother Discovery. Like, I'm on board with that. That's totally, but where he goes on in the comic book article, it says, I believe if Hulu was put up for sale, Comcast would be interested in buying it, Roberts said. So would a lot of other tech and media companies. You would have a robust auction.
Yeah, so he's saying there'd be a bidding war for it,
which would benefit him.
Yeah.
If somebody else decided to buy it.
Well,
Okay.
I think it might be good for, I don't know. Is it good for us? I mean, I think it might be, but
I'm really against a lot of these mergers. It's just too many companies own too much stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
on the other hand, you think, oh, of course they're going to bundle all this stuff together, and instead of buying, well, I'm sure they would at some point. You could say instead of buying all these streaming services for $10 a month, they'll give it to me for, whatever, 2/3 of that or something. So in the end, you'd end up saving money on the ones they're already buying or something. But I'm kind of against all the mergers.
Yeah, I mean,
at this point, especially.
I do have a problem with all these companies acquiring everything, but I mean, I don't know. As a consumer consuming this media, I mean, it sounds like a good thing. I mean, I kind of think it's a good thing, but I think it's bad for, the overall, we need competition. obviously to keep other things lower.
It's like everyone versus Disney, basically, at this point.
Not that it fucking matters. Everybody's like, let's raise our price together.
Yeah.
Netflix is like, we're raising our price. Disney's like, okay, well, I think we can raise our price now too.
What was the article Hot Sauce sent us? We're putting 16 billion in the streaming platform. And it's just not enough.
How much did they say they put in last year?
Yeah, they've budgeted for 16 billion, and that's not enough.
Wow. Well, you know, those 27-minute Marvel episodes cost fucking all kinds of money to produce and make. What a fucking sham that is, you know. Like, come on, give us some 45-minute episodes. Something with some depth.
Yeah.
At least I think you could say Disney's trying to do like artistic things in a way.
Yeah.
But like, you know, Zaslav, he's just taking the write-off. Like, forget it. This is a business.
Yeah.
I mean, at least with Game of Thrones, we're getting an hour and 8 minutes at least.
Oh, I know, dude. I love that show.
Yeah, it gives me a good chance to nap.
Well, I don't know. I think if you want to nap, you need to watch that Power of the Rings
No, that's my dinner movie.
that was so quick. No.
dinner movie.
No,
So is that when you bake the spicy nuggets and get the chocolate milk out? And
No, you don't do chocolate milk for dinner. You do chocolate milk for breakfast.
chocolate milk for breakfast.
Yeah.
So what did you have for dinner while you watched Power of the Rings?
I'll make some nuggets, maybe some nuggets and fries.
Oh, okay.
Kind of thing.
So do you air fry them or do you put them in the oven?
I got a deep fryer.
Oh, you got a deep fryer at home.
Yeah, you
That's
got to get that oil.
You ready? You ready for that second job in case Kroger strikes, right?
Sure. Yeah. My second job is going to be walking the picket line, buddy. I'll be out there 10 to 10, whatever.
Gotta get your 185 bucks a week.
I'm ready to go. I told him I'll take the customers in the parking lot over to Walmart. Like, come on, let's go. I'll shop for you. I'll push your cart. I'll put it in your cart for you. You give me a ride to your place. I'll take it home.
Could you see that? You pull up to go get you, a loaf of bread or something. And Mr. PBS comes out of nowhere and hits you with a fucking egg. Like, you don't cross that picket line, bitch.
Fucking
scabs get stabbed.
Here's a little breaking news for you. Louise Fletcher, Oscar-winning Nurse Ratched actress, dies at age 88.
Oh, okay.
From One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. I'm sure Mr. PBS is.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Already.
He's got the pin up of her in his room.
He's in the morning already.
That's a classic. That's a good one. Some Jack Nicholson.
Yeah. Oh, man. So I think we got one more thing left. Who here watched Cobra Kai season 5? Robzilla did.
You know he didn't fucking do it. Don't even ask anybody else.
He's such an asshole, isn't he?
Well, I don't have Netflix. I'm too sophisticated for that.
I won't do my homework.
Yeah, put it back on YouTube. I'll watch it.
It was never on YouTube.
It was better when it was a YouTube show anyway.
And I forgot it was on YouTube when it first started off as YouTube.
Yeah, it was
pay for it though. I know your ass wasn't paying for YouTube. How'd you watch it?
Oh, I wasn't paying for it then.
Exactly.
I was on a friends and family plan.
Exactly.
This cheap motherfucker. He can't pay for no service.
It was better on YouTube. You weren't fucking paying for it then either. So what's it matter?
Yeah, because then it became all mainstream and all the posers started watching it.
Is it just me, or does it feel like this show's kind of like rinse and repeat every year? It's kind of worn its course.
The first question
like
I was going to ask all you guys when you started talking about it was, is there still too much teenage bullshit?
Yeah.
That's kind of why.
Yeah.
It's like a teenage drama, basically.
It's like the same shit every year. Cobra Kai versus Miyagi-Do.
Yeah.
Because that first season wasn't too bad with like the teenage drama. It was in there. It was fine. Second season, it got a little worse. I don't remember if I watched through the third season or not, but you guys.
It jumped the shark in season 2. It's been a wrap since then. I've just stuck it out.
But it's just like, I don't know, man. I feel like I'm watching the same thing every year.
I would have been happy if it ends this year.
Yeah, like I feel like it's time to wrap this shit up.
Well, I feel like you have all the people, everybody who you want to bring into the series from all the movies, and I feel like it's hit its stride.
Did they actually bring Elizabeth Shue back in?
She hasn't came back since like the first season.
No, she was like the third.
Yeah, but she hasn't came back since.
But she was in it though.
Yeah,
she was in it for like 2 episodes or something like that.
Still looking fantastic.
Oh yeah,
Love
she's awesome. She's so hot, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like it's worn its course. I don't know, man.
Well, it's like the Umbrella Academy. Like it's the same thing over and over, and it should have ended when it should. And
like how many times is the city gonna let these gang fights go on between these two dojos?
These karate gangs.
Yeah,
by the way,
you know, and I don't know. Like I felt like this was like how many more people are they gonna try to bring back?
I feel like they've brought back everybody who they need to bring back.
Yeah, and I mean they're running out of options now. Like
I feel like if they have the one more season, it's still going to be last because how it ended.
yeah, I mean
But
they
after
got to
that-
wrap it up. I mean,
Yeah.
what's his face? He's got more. I don't want to spoil it. He's got more things coming up.
Yeah,
He can't be out doing this shit.
yeah.
Like
All the old villains showing up as like
Well,
Sinister Six or something.
yeah, and you have all the villains who've been in all the movies who came to the shows now.
the whole point of this show was like the unresolved
issues with Johnny.
Johnny
and
being
Daniel.
tormented by that kick for all these years. and
Yeah,
being a loser and kind of finding his way again.
And that was like the best part of the show was kind of them working through
and
their
he's
issues.
been
It was a
he's-
Johnny redemption story.
yeah.
Right. And then they brought the kids into it, and it was okay, and you had the whole thing with Lou Russo's daughter and his son,
Sam, and
but and then they brought in more kids, and I feel like they've had, even the kids have had their own redemption story at this point.
yeah,
But
Because that's every season. It's
yeah.
I'm friends with you now. And then next season, I
Right.
saw you talking to somebody from Miyagi-Do. So now we're fighting deadly mortal
And
enemies. But then at
Right,
the end of
right.
the season, we're friends again. And then the next season, we're enemies again. It's just, it's fucking crazy.
And even when they wrap up like some of the kids' stories, then they introduce this other kid that's being bullied that finds Cobra Kai,
yeah.
and now he's the bully, and now
Yeah.
he's the problem.
All right.
Like it's just rinse and repeat
Yeah.
every year.
And for me, I think it's it's William Zabrak, I think it's pronounced. The guy who plays Johnny. He's the
Zabka?
best part of the he's the best
Yeah.
part of the show.
Yeah, he is. I mean, what's his face? He's looking a little.
Ralph.
Yeah.
Macchio. He's a little run down.
Yeah, he's showing his age a little
Yeah.
bit. Like, and I mean, even the fight at the end of this season
Yeah.
between him and what's his
Silver.
face.
Terry Silver.
Like, I mean, it looks so cheesy and
Yeah.
like, I don't want to say Corey, like it looked like they were dancing.
Yeah.
And
Hell, he's got to be in his 60s or 70s. Something.
oh, he's old as shit too.
Dude,
you
like
know?
he's like hunched over like moseying a bit, and
But he's still moving around like he's, fucking
a-
people up and shit.
yeah, like he's a fresh 18-year-old kid.
Like, I mean, they're on Netflix. They could afford, to get a better fight choreographer or whatever and make this shit at least look somewhat real. There's a scene where they get into a fight and what's his face is punching fucking parts of the wall out and not even fucking,
Yeah, Daniel.
yeah, he's not even fucking phased by it. Like, it didn't even hurt him.
Well, he's doing like he's fighting him, but he has the flashback when he's like teaching them, and like
Yeah.
the third one, and
It just makes me kind of want to watch the originals. Is what
Yeah.
it does.
well, and I really like how they brought back Chosen from.
yeah, he was
villain.
cool.
He was
a
the
good
best part.
addition
Yeah.
this season.
Yeah,
He was funny too.
yeah.
And then they brought back another guy too.
The bad boy martial arts,
Yeah.
the karate.
He was the one I was wondering if they actually brought back.
Well, it's like he doesn't really get utilized though.
No, they just he's
It-
just
it-
kind of like a side part in the
Yeah.
quest.
Did you notice they dropped a lot more F bombs than that?
Yeah.
Matt fucking Barnes.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know though. It just seems like it's time for it to end.
Well,
Like
the way,
it was a nice revival for a couple years.
Yeah.
And now it's time for it to be over and move on.
to the movie.
Yeah.
to the movie.
Yeah. Aren't they doing a Karate Kid 5?
So that's what I've seen that they've announced another Karate Kid movie.
Yeah,
Exactly
and
what they're doing.
It's
I'm not sure.
supposedly in line with the first Karate Kid movies.
Oh, okay. Hey, we're not gonna have Jackie Chan back and Jaden Smith.
No, I don't think so.
Hopefully
I
not.
heard
Dare
there
you,
was some.
sir. How dare you?
How dare you?
I heard there was some like talk online of people expecting what's his face, Jaden Smith,
Uh-huh.
to show up in Cobra Kai at some point.
Who the
Like,
fuck cares? No.
no.
What about
no.
Hillary Swank?
We
Might
got
as
to bring
well.
Hillary
Yeah.
Swank back next season. I
Hillary
think.
Swank would be
The
awesome.
next
I wouldn't mind
Karate
that.
Kid.
That was, that was a good Karate Kid movie.
That wasn't
one.
bad.
Yeah, it had
Better-
what's his
better
face in it.
It's better than 3, that's for sure.
Yeah, it was.
Well,
better
at least
than
these like karate scenes are a little bit more believable. And
3 is
you
just
know.
so forgettable, man.
They really messed up with 3. Even the guy who wrote the first 2 said he didn't want to be part of 3 because of the way they treated LaRusso and Miyagi and all that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, are you a fan of the second one?
Oh, I love 1 and 2.
Yeah,
One is better than 2, but I love 1 and 2.
1 is classic. 2 is a good sequel.
Yeah, that's probably one of the best.
When
sequels.
they have like the little
the
drums.
Yeah, and you're just like, oh man, this is awesome.
Yeah,
and he gets, he's once again the underdog.
Yeah,
but I don't know. Cobra Kai was nice when it first came out. It was nice to see LaRusso as kind of the jerk, and the script was flipped, and Johnny was the underdog.
Watching the guy who peaked in high school, basically, finally kind of try to get his life together.
Yeah, and they've really overstayed their welcome, I think, and it is time for it to end. Let's just do another season and wrap the characters up and give them a nice send off into the sunset.
Yep.
But it is time for it to be fucking over. Do you hear me, Netflix? Over.
Time to sweep the leg.
Sweep the leg on this series, buddy.
Get the motherfucking body bag out.
Yeah.
And
put in a body bag,
zip that motherfucker up and throw it over the mountain. It's time to end this shit.
And fucking resurrect the last season of Glow for me while you're at it.
Right. I mean, there's just so many. There's other shows that they could spend their money on, and it'd be a better investment, I think, at this point.
Yeah.
Even though I'm sure it earn them some subscribers, but
I mean, at least with this, Cobra Kai, you're getting what you're asked for. It's just like with Game of Thrones, with Lord of the Rings. But when you bring up Resident Evil, you're not getting Resident Evil.
It's like, how many moments can they have with 80s songs in this? Like, you know what I mean? Like, we get it. You miss the 80s like every year. Yeah. Well, don't we all?
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just like same thing over and over again, whether it's from the 80s jokes to the fucking kids fighting each other. It's like, at some point, these kids have to be tired of fighting each other and just want to get along at some point.
And the whole point of the show, like you said, is about Johnny growing up. And like being an adult and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the best part. Him, he's still living in the 80s and he's like trying to be, get, with it with this day and age. And he's like, what the fuck is that? I don't know what that is. It's funny.
Well, that's all of our topics for tonight. This has been episode 140. Thanks, as always, for listening in. And thanks for everybody that tuned in to the last episode for bringing in story. I really appreciate everybody that listened. That was a very special episode to me.
Mm-hmm.
But thanks, as always, for the support, everybody. I really appreciate it. And by the next time we come back on, it's going to be Halloween season. It's going to be October. I think like October 7th or something like that will be your 6th. I want to say will be.
Yeah, it'll be the first week of October.
Yeah, the first Friday. And then I've got it scheduled out. I haven't posted it for us yet, but it'll be like the 6th and then the 22nd again. So that 22nd or 21st will be our. Actually, I can look it up right now.
It would be the 7th would be the first Friday in October. Then the 21st would be the third Friday in October. Then you've got the 28th. Or would you want to do the 7th and the 28th and skip 2 weeks and go right before Halloween weekend?
I'd probably do the 7th and the 21st. That way people can watch it all the way through Halloween week.
Yeah.
We like our spooky season. We might even have to go back to weekly or something.
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't mind doing that weekly for the month of October.
We could do 3, 7, 14, and 21.
Yeah,
if you guys
take
want
the 28th off.
Yeah.
Do something like that.
That sounds cool. Yeah, we can do that. I don't give a shit.
we like our spooky season episodes.
I actually kind of want to. There's this game called like something stab or something like that. I wanted to play it with all of us and see how it goes.
Okay.
But yeah, and then the 21st we'll do Sleazy's horror challenge or trivia.
Question is, who's going to come out and step up?
I know, dude. Dude.
So much shit talkers who ain't coming out.
People that have talked shit over the years, and then I asked them, "Hey, I'm giving you plenty of notice this year.
I don't leave my house very much.
Motherfucker, all I do is see you leaving the house on Facebook." Like, come on.
I'm not friends with her, but I did have to laugh because I went and looked at her profile, and every profile picture, she's out somewhere and not just standing in front of the house, like out on the beach, in front of a lighthouse, in front of a building. Like, you're out.
Come on now. You can't talk shit and back out.
And then you can't dethrone the king.
I'm not talking
Look
shit.
outta
I
here.
like
we
her
do.
mom.
We've got to get you a crown and a scepter this year.
Yes, we do.
And like maybe like spray blood on it or something. That
It's
would
got to be
cool.
some kind of macabre, like a bone scepter or some
Yeah,
shit.
and like a
I'm
bone,
on Amazon
like,
now.
Like Triple
king.
H used to wear in WrestleMania.
Give him a sledgehammer and shit instead of a scepter.
Mr. PBS, the king of all kings in trivia.
Time to play the game.
Oh man.
Time to play the game.
But yeah, we'll get something going on here and we'll have fun with October.
Yeah, send us like horror movie suggestions and all that.
Yeah. I really don't want to do 31 days of Halloween this year. That was hard to keep up with and post every day and do the graphics for it and all that. But I mean, maybe we'll just like do like a week recommendation or something like that, like movies to watch for the week and Halloween.
I mean, we can do
Well,
that.
Del Toro's got his series coming out, his Cabinet of Curiosities at like the end of the month.
Netflix has some big Halloween thing coming.
Yeah. Mike Flanagan's got a Halloween a movie I think it's going to get on Netflix this month or in October.
Yeah,
called The Midnight Club.
I saw the trailer. It doesn't look bad.
Yeah,
it looks very similar to his style.
There's plenty of content that's
Hulu's
coming
got
next
Hellraiser
month.
coming out in October.
People bitching about that.
That comes out what, the 7th?
7th.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Might have to do the homework.
Yeah, we might have to watch that before we
Yeah.
record.
Yeah.
It's on my list to check out.
Yeah,
Rewatch the first one or two.
Maybe we'll grill out or something that night if it's still.
They made like 7 of them, but like I remember watching like the first like 3 of them. I think.
So yeah, there's plenty of
I
old
never-
stuff to watch, new stuff to watch.
I never was a Hellraiser.
I
Like,
never really got into it.
Yeah.
I watched it just to watch it, but I just never.
Yeah, I remember seeing parts of it, but I've never sat down and watched an entire Hellraiser movie.
It's just like I understand how they always defeated them. And it's just like kind of always changed. I'm like, I don't fucking get it.
Yeah. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is all we have for you for this episode of the world-renowned Sleazy Podcast. As always, keep it sleazy.
Thanks for listening to the Sleazy Podcast. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and remember, listen to Sleazy.